What's up, bodybuilding fans? Dave Palumbo here with an RX Muscle news update. The NPC Nationals have come and gone, and we have a new crowned men's overall bodybuilding champion in Matt Schmidt, who wins the heavyweight and the overall title. He is added to a very prestigious list of previous winners. Lee Haney, probably one of the most famous, 8-time Mr. Olympia, winning the Nationals. So Matt is in a very rarefied air now, and we have to really take our hats off to him. Hopefully later in the week, I will get him on the show for a wrap-up interview with him and find out exactly, where he came from, what he's done, and what it took to get him into the winner's circle here at the NPC Nationals and add him to that prestigious list, as we said earlier. Matt brought tremendous conditioning. I thought, probably one of the most conditioned guys in the show, especially from behind. I think, we always say shows are won from behind a lot of times, and this is no exception because Matt really knocked off that super heavyweight guy in the final countdown, so to speak, from the back. It's that back double with those thick lats that had some nice, great attachments low down. He has a lot of density back there. His glutes and hamstrings balance that upper body. They're just ridiculously shredded. And let's face it, if shows are not won and lost from the back, shows are certainly won with the best conditioning. And so Matt brings two key factors here. Ripped to the bone, plenty of muscle on his body, well balanced from up and bottom, and a great back double bicep. And you know what? His standing relaxed pose may be his weakest, I guess, position on stage. But when he hits shots, man, things pop and he comes alive. And I wasn't there in the front row, but I could tell just from the pictures that this guy was spectacular. Chris Aceto saw him at the prejudging, confirmed that. And you know what? He did his homework. And you know what? He might not be the greatest national champion of all time, but he brought a level of conditioning that we have not seen in quite some time, and he should be rewarded for that. And he was with the overall title and an IFBB Pro card for his efforts. Casey Castro finishes in second, who also was tremendous in that heavyweight class. I was very impressed with what he brought. Matt Schmidt's not there. Casey Castro might walk away with the overall here. He is that good. Conditioning is great abs, great glutes. Not as big as Ronnie Coleman's, but the same crazy, sliced conditioning as Ronnie's and the same similar shape. He brings it. He deserves that pro card. I'm glad they gave 2 in this class. Well, they gave 2 in every class, but I'm glad they gave 2 because both of these guys certainly deserve their pro cards. In that super heavyweight class, Chris Aceto trained Jonas Giatris, who certainly pushed Matt Schmidt for that overall right down to the wire because definitely a lot more size, more aesthetic standing from the front, good showy muscle groups. Prejudging, he looked like his glutes and hamstrings could have been a little tighter. He certainly brought it in at the night show for the overall. When you look at these comparison shots, it was close. Giatris has the size over Matt. Matt's a little denser, but when it came down to was that back double bicep pose, and I'm telling you, I know what these judges like. They love big backs, dense backs. Both guys had good conditioning, but I think Matt not only had the back, but the crazy, crisp glutes and hamstrings. And after all, conditioning. I try to tell these guys over and over and over, and that's what won it here tonight for Matt Schmidt. Ben Rafala looked great also in that second position for the second pro card in the super heavyweight class. We got to take our hat off to him because he did his homework. Could he have been a little tighter? I think he could have been. And had he been a little tighter, maybe the positions would have changed from first to second. Not sure, but I think he's got a lot of gifts. I think if he puts a little bit more size on and brings a slight bit more conditioning, he's going to be a good pro because he's got the structure to hold a lot of muscle. And that's, at the end of the day, what makes a good pro. You could be a great amateur, but if you don't have a big structure and you don't hold a lot of mass on you, you're going to have trouble competing with some of these other guys. In the light heavyweight class, Fernando Bueno wins. We've seen him before. I'm glad he finally won the class, got his pro card, and I think he can move on to be a good 212 bodybuilder pretty quickly. If he just refines his physique a little bit, adds a little bit more mass on that upper body to match those crazy legs. And once again, it seems like the light heavyweight class has a better or easier time transitioning into the pro because of the fact that they can go and do that 212 class relatively easily. Sometimes you get a heavyweight who can suck down, but usually it's the light heavies that are right where they need to be for the 212 class. So without going into the entire breakdown, if you want to watch a little bit more of our analysis, you can listen to Heavy Muscle Radio that debuts Monday night with Chris Aceto and myself, and we kind of break down the whole evolution and where the show has gone and where it came from and some of the great champions that were in there prior. For now, though, I am Dave Palumbo with an RX Muscle NPC Nationals News Update.